Welcome to the next episode of Two Pizzas in a
The
Pod.
traders, you should say.
But the what?
The traders. We're at the round table right now.
Oh, you're
We're gonna have a discussion.
It's like some Game of Thrones.
well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, our sponsor. Let's talk about our sponsor first.
Well, let me first show all the upgrades that we've made to the studio. Well, that you've made to the studio. I've had no partaking in this, and I'm glad because I would have screwed something up.
What a great TV. Whoever drew that.
Yeah, the art department.
Who did draw
didn't
that?
get the
Did you?
upgrades.
The art department.
The art department did a wonderful job this week because I've been doing it myself, and I'm not very good at it. So this week's episode is brought to you by, as always, Luigi's Pizzeria, home of the best pizza.
As you see right there,
Right
by
there.
my new and improved pointer.
That's right. Justin's got the new and improved pointer. 616 Winthrop Ave
there
in
two?
Beachmont. What's that?
Is there two? Oh, no, it's the
No, okay.
reflection.
It's a
Oh,
reflection.
Nick, I'm
Ah.
sorry. I just cleared my throat.
That's all right.
Oh,
I don't
Okay.
live here
well, that
anymore.
would be a chance for us to show our new sound effects from our engineer.
Yeah. Well, our engineer is busy right now staring at his phone. Hello, David.
Hi.
How are you? Good. So, David, Dave, we got some feedback that we don't sound effects and we can't hear it. So I have a hand move. We know something's going on. So he's probably
Production
every word I just
surprise.
said you probably didn't hear because there was probably some sort of noise going
I'm
on.
afraid.
It's like a post-production surprise.
Yeah. When I do post, I'll see it. But you didn't say cast, by the way.
Cast.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
That's okay. No, it's been
I'm already getting ready for the reality TV tour.
so we
Too
took.
excited.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. We took last week off, so you got the best of episodes. So this week we're back to reality TV, everybody. So you should be grateful.
You had 3
But-
throat clears, by the way.
Thank you. And then you're gonna get more. I'm gonna take a sip of water in a minute, so I apologize. Jesus Christ. So we're gonna do reality TV, and we're gonna do a lost format. We're gonna talk about some shows that were pre-Survivor. Well, I shouldn't say pre-Survivor. They were competing with Survivor, but kind of lost the fight.
Sounds like my experience.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to be mean and say it was like you got voted out within 3 weeks. I don't want to be mean right
Well, he
away.
didn't really get voted out.
Thank you.
No,
Justin.
he rolled shitty
I may have a new
dice.
favorite co-host.
You got, I would say, outed by default.
Well,
No.
we'll save it for another episode.
All right.
yeah, let's save that.
Yeah, we can.
But
we can loop around.
Even though he got voted out by
That's
default,
4.
I know. Thank you for keeping track.
Stop counting.
Yeah, please. We just had Halloween,
Yes.
and there were quite a few people who went dressed up as you for Halloween.
The pizza shirt was very popular.
Yeah, it was on your Instagram,
It
so we
was.
saw it on there.
Yep.
But I mean, that's actually borderline creepy, but flattering.
Yeah, how'd it fail? How'd it fail?
I don't know. I never thought I would be a Halloween costume.
Yeah, right.
And I think if you saw more than one of me knocking on your door for some candy, I think you'd be really afraid. To be honest with you.
Did they make him roll dice for the candy?
Oh.
One guy
that
did
would've
roll
been-
dice. Yeah.
Did he
One
win?
guy brought no, because then his face turned into a skull.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he
That's phenomenal.
Also lost the dice roll. Yeah.
That's
It
phenomenal.
was great. Though. I mean, it was cool to see. And
He's
what?
Keeping it canon, so I mean, you can't fault him for that.
No, and it's a historian, if anything, I would say. You know, very accurate.
That's phenomenal. But well, that's a perfect segue into who dresses us, who dressed those people
Our friend Rich.
from
Beautiful shirts. Elite embroidery in Winthrop.
Made it all the way to Aruba.
Yeah. Aruba.
That's 5.
That's 6.
That's
6.
6. I tried to sneak one in.
I'm paying attention. Although Julie yelled at me not to count, I'm still counting. So I'm not gonna blurt it out every time.
I apologize to everybody that I am clearing my throat quite a bit already as I'm getting hoarse.
We'll do an after episode recap of how many. We're at 6 right now. I'll keep tabs.
Yeah, start placing your bets. How many
I'm
you
not
think
counting.
it's going to end
Thank
with.
you.
I don't throw my friends under the bus.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, my son, he not only throws me out, he backs up to make sure he hit me.
Yeah. You also want to know why you may think something's weird with him today. It's like he has a hat on.
Yeah.
And that's because
Because Justin always wears a hat.
no, that's because I made fun of the shine.
As we were doing the head off in a minute so we can do the bald gleaming.
Where'd you get that hat, by the way? That's a really nice hat.
Again, we got him from
Elite embroidery in Winthrop.
in
Our friend Rich.
my favorite co-host gave it to me, so I love it.
And I'm also, I am not in my Luigi's gear this episode.
Yeah, where'd you get that stuff?
This was from the Mass Maritime Hockey Team, who is an unofficial sponsor,
Yes.
who their college does not want to showcase them. So we decided to dedicate this episode, well, at least my wardrobe.
We'll shout out the boys though.
Yeah,
Absolutely, we're going to show
Yeah.
the boys.
They just had their Halloween game. They all get dressed up in the stands. They
No
always
way.
win. They won again. Yep.
That's
They let
fun.
me wear this hat, which is way too small for my head, and it was on the last possible clasp.
You do have a dome.
So
wait,
I got
This is the second time we talked about how you have a big head.
I got a
today.
melon head. Melon head and a lot
No
of hair.
beanies.
No,
We-
no beanies.
Yeah, we talked about it during pre-production. We were eating and talking about getting ready for the show, and we talked about you can't wear a beanie because
No.
it pops right off your head.
And Rich makes awesome Luigi's beanies,
He
which is
does.
perfect for this time of
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
You know, if only I could wear them.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Luigi's
I love my
beanies.
black one.
It's nice. Mine starts about here, and then 30 seconds later, it's halfway down the street.
Yeah.
So if I could wear them, I would. But you should wear them. You should buy them because they also support Caring for a Cure, Mass General.
which is a wonderful organization that helps out all the people fighting again that horrible disease. So that's proceeds to all of the swag that we have on and that gets sold goes to that wonderful thing. And our favorite CEO will be doing a marathon.
Half.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
We both jumped to
Oh,
say
he's
that.
been doing it
Jesus,
all night.
Jesus,
Yeah.
they both kind of jumped right in on that one.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna say it. I was
half.
ready.
Absolutely not
I wasn't
full
saying
one.
nothing. I was like, you know,
I'm just very proud of you for doing that, for even going half marathon, which
Thank
is
you.
which is
It's
amazing.
still very not to.
So let's get into the topic. So this is about the lost formats. So what this precedes is the shows that were in competition with like Survivor and Big Brother that kind of fell to the wayside because either the format was different or it just didn't work out. I mean, obviously the OG is the Real World. We all know the Real World. That I think was the first reality
real-
TV show.
Cameron. She ended up on Southern Charm for many, many years.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I never saw the Real World, but when I was watching Southern Charm, I was like, oh wow, this girl's on the Real World. Like it's just like when you hear about what the Real World was, and then you see her
Yep.
on
that still
Southern
going
Charm
on?
being all prim and proper, you're like, oh, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So the couple of shows that come to mind was one of them was called The Swan, and it was about people who felt as though they were unattractive, and they would go for full makeovers. And I'm talking plastic surgery, like full on,
Wow.
like full on makeovers. They
Not
went
like sit in the
Jesus.
bathroom for like a little bit.
no, not like get my hair done, slap on some lipstick, or like whatever it may
Like,
be.
make them look the way they want to look by surgical means.
Surgical
That's
means,
it? Wow.
yes, yes.
Jesus Christ.
That show didn't last very long.
Do they do nose jobs?
Yep.
Are they still casting?
So that was this one. There was another one called Joe Millionaire, which was actually pretty funny. That didn't last long at all.
I've heard about that Joe Millionaire, not the Swan. Never heard about the
Okay,
Swan.
the format of Joe Millionaire was there was an actual millionaire and there was someone who was pretending to be a millionaire.
Ooh.
And the person, it was a dating show.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And the woman had to figure out which one was which, but they had to choose. So if I was the millionaire and you were not, okay, and the woman chose you, oh well, you're with that.
You're with the non.
You're with the non-millionaire.
Oh, shit.
That's who you're with. That's who you fell in love with. The
so it would be a
non-millionaire.
date though. Like you would go on dates with these
It's-
people,
yep.
and then at the end of the
At the end of the series, they would choose their person they feel as though they made a connection with and they want to be with for the rest of their lives, and then the person would reveal themselves. Either they were a millionaire
wild.
or they weren't a
So
millionaire.
how many times did people choose the non-millionaire and then
like
hate
two
them
or,
after?
like
and then,
2 or 3 times,
I
and
don't want
it
you
didn't last
anymore.
very long.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't last very long. What? And again, that one didn't survive very long either.
That's kind of a cool concept.
I think,
though.
yeah, these sound like great concepts.
Yep,
should bring
these
them
were good.
back.
The best one, and we were talking about this pre-show a little bit, is called Kid Nation.
Yeah.
Now, I saw a documentary on a streaming channel about this. So this was kind of like Survivor for kids.
Joanna almost went there, I believe.
Every time we would watch it with my mom, and every time my mom would say, if you keep it up, this is where I'm going to send you. So
Yeah.
you better behave.
So the concept was, I forget how many kids were actually sent, but they had to fend for
40
themselves.
kids.
40 kids. Okay.
It's a big cast.
But they had
it
like
is.
challenges, right? Like
Yep.
where like you had to like
Yep.
do things to keep the like,
Oh,
the
there's no-
idea was to like keep the city running, right? Or whatever.
Yeah. So they created a city, and they had all of these. They had each. I think they separated them into groups,
Yeah.
and they had to run the city.
There was like no rules, right?
There was no. They had no rules. The kids would just drop there. and there were no rules. These kids had to set up a government.
It was very Western. It was like as if
Yep.
someone like you got dropped into like an old Western movie, like a saloon in the corner. Like it looked like that, like just like dirt.
Until
And,
then,
like,
I was gonna say it sounds a lot like our favorite pizza place sometimes.
oh yeah, you just get dropped in there.
I just, you know.
You just gotta fend
All
for
right,
yourself.
we're up until midnight. Figure it out.
Sounds like my first shift.
Sounds like my 400th shift.
We'll call it Luigi's Nation.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
That's funny. That's actually good. That's actually
Someone
very
who is
good.
an alumni of Luigi's.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
No,
sure
100%.
you can-
There was
No,
only one
that
season
tells you
of
that.
Kids Nation.
There was
Yeah.
only one season because there was a lot of issues with it. If you ever like look it up.
Yeah, I'm reading the legacy right now.
It sounds really
It's-
interesting, but
it's-
like you said, now thinking of it, how old are the kids?
They were
young.
between the ages of
I saw it as punishment when
Hold
I was
on.
watching it. As
Like
a child.
young as in like
8 to 15.
8 to 15,
that
like
is
they,
young.
like
That's
young.
really
Yeah.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, like but had it like they had to learn how to cook. They had to cook for them. They had to clean. They had to keep up with everything. They had to form a government.
Did
they had
you,
to
did
create
you
rules.
watch it?
I watched a couple of episodes, but then I watched the documentary
Okay.
about it, and it was very interesting because there was a lot that came out of it. But I say it's like Survivor for kids in a
Oh.
sense of they had to go through challenges. They voted people off.
No. Kids who wanted to leave would ask to leave.
But they had to justify why they wanted to leave. They couldn't
Yeah.
just leave.
Oh,
And there
really?
was 4
Yeah.
peer leaders who
Okay.
were elected to pass laws and set bedtimes.
Yep. And
that's insane.
and these kids would like try to overrun each other. Like whoever was in charge, they literally tried to knock the person out to become in charge.
Did
It
they
looks
have,
like
like,
most of them
confessionals?
were like 12, like in the ages of like 12.
I was gonna say, imagine like you're learning
On
cursive
average.
one day, and
Crazy
the next day they just
experiment.
drop you off in like the middle of New Mexico.
Yeah.
What
A couple of 9-year-olds.
Crazy experiment to like learn about, like, I guess you could use it to learn about like how humans act. I don't know.
No, it sounds like
just
it.
like children. You put in these children in such a weird scenario that they'll never be put in until late in their later adult lives, and you throw
Right.
them in this friggin'
Right. Yeah.
Go run a society by yourselves for yourselves.
There was a college that a lot of people transferred to Yale from,
Okay.
and it was in the same. I don't think it was New Mexico, but I
It was
think
New Mexico.
No, the
Oh,
college.
sorry.
The show was in New Mexico,
Yeah.
right? It was called Deep Springs. It was either in Colorado, New Mexico, one of those
Yep.
states. But it was the same exact thing. Only you were in your teens at that point.
Okay.
But it was a 2-year college. You went to school there, but you also had to like work. It was on a farm. You had
Really?
to like tend to the cattle or like clean the bathrooms or like
It's a quick way to grow
Yeah.
up, I guess. Huh?
it
Yeah.
was wild.
Wow, that's
They
insane.
had like very little internet, if anything. They had to rely on satellite dishes. They had one library.
Wow, really?
Yeah, look it up. It was
It was a
crazy.
school.
It still is a school, but they send kids to Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford.
Yep.
It's called
Would you
Deep
consider
Springs.
That, would you consider that not the Midwest? What would you consider that area?
Probably the Mountain West, right?
Mountain West. Yeah, you're right.
Julie just made
You
a
can
face,
buy-
so she's
You
reading.
can buy Kid Nation on Apple TV. Like you can still.
Yeah,
watch
you
it.
could. Yeah, it's still streamable.
Looking for that.
Deep
school.
Springs College. Is it?
Oh,
gone?
that's the name.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear
It's a
that
2-year
part.
school.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
but,
believe it's still
Can't hear.
operational.
but look it up and watch
It's
it.
in California.
There was a lot of
Okay.
problems with it. So I think
What,
of it.
Kids Nation?
Yeah, but I think of it. So if you think about what like the experience that you went through, Justin, right? You're on Survivor, and you went to play the game. Now these kids had no idea like that what they were getting into. Some of them were
Wow.
actually trying to make it like their parents were trying to make a career for them,
Like child actors.
like
and
child
just-
actors.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
so they got casted on this show.
We had a few of those on Survivor.
Oh, it's on Apple TV.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like people
That is
go on to
wild.
Survivor because they think they're going to become celebrities
Yeah,
and they're going to go
of
get
course.
into acting. Which, how the fuck does that happen when you're
I
running
have
around on an
No
island? You know,
idea. Some people try to make it happen though.
I don't know. Some people just have the natural talent that these producers see.
well they do, but
Some
you're
people don't, and they wish they did. And
Yeah.
you can tell.
Why are you looking at me?
No.
Well,
it's
you
just 'cause
would-
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you went on it
you,
not for that
you've
reason.
witnessed it.
I have seen it firsthand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know at this
And
point.
people try to force it down your throat too, and it's just not anything you can jam. You gotta.
You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, it's not a palatable thing if you're just trying to,
No.
stick it
No.
down someone's throat 24/7.
I mean, you can put a podcast out there and you can do it for 30 seconds and,
Yeah,
and then it'll
some do 3
die.
weeks, and then
And
want
then
to compete with
after
us.
3 weeks,
and
they
they're
go.
gone. And
Yeah,
then you
and
never,
then-
hopefully never hear from that person again.
Yeah,
but,
what a shame. But nice try.
yeah.
But
Keeps appearing
anyways.
on my feed though. No matter how many times I block
Oh, they
that
haven't-
person.
that person ever made another episode?
No, that person was too lazy to put it together apparently, or just forgot one time and that was it.
Well, the
So-
funny thing is, like when people do this stuff, like the ones who survive, the ones who I've like watched, like a lot of your people, a lot of the
Yeah.
podcasts you've been on, I've actually watched and learned a lot from. This is not an easy thing to do.
No, and
You
I give
know?
them credit for doing it for a while. And this
Yeah.
is now our 20.
This is going to be our 22nd episode.
It's a fucking grind to
Wow.
get
Awesome.
an audience. It's
Yeah.
a grind, dude.
and we're
Just-
still
you don't
out there.
have-
We're still trying to get them, and
Yeah.
it's getting better. But that's not why we're doing this.
No, because it's fun.
You know, we're doing this because
It
we
is
get
fun.
to hang out and just shoot the shit for a couple of
and
hours.
play
And we get
funny
to eat
sound
good.
effects too.
And play
I-
some
delicious
fun
food.
stuff.
It cooks
we got craft
amazing.
services, but we do get Luigi's sometimes.
Oh yeah,
so
no,
it's-
yeah, you shit me
Oh,
100%.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we want to do this for as long as we can, and I could care less about the perks of it. But if it's helping Justin, that's the goal here.
Yeah.
But I think it's good just to see you guys and talk about
Yeah,
this kind of stuff, and it's fun because I never heard of Kid Nation. Now I have a new show
Yeah,
to
I
watch.
had no idea.
right.
So I had
That
no
sounds-
idea about it.
That sounds insane. They let these kids self-govern themselves for. however
You
long.
know what's another show? I don't know if anyone's seen it, and if not, we don't have to talk about it. I guess
No,
Who
no,
Done
no.
It?
Who done it?
Who
Let
Done
me look
It?
this up.
I
I'm now
used to
realizing
watch
that
it
I
on
was
YouTube.
You
really
you
bad
watch a lot of
at
you
reality
and your
TV
parents
growing
watch a
up.
lot of reality. TV.
Yeah, I watch a lot of TV.
You were
But
Survivor.
this-
Were you strictly Survivor? I'm sorry, Julie. Were you strictly Survivor?
I did a little Fear Factor.
Oh, Fear
I did,
Factor.
yeah.
Oh, that's
I liked
nice.
original
great.
Fear Factor. But any
No,
eating
no.
challenge, I wouldn't
No.
watch. I would just turn away because I didn't want to see
Okay.
that. Or anything with like the bugs, and they
Yeah.
would be in like
Yep.
the buried alive, bugs crawling over them.
I loved Fear Factor.
I would check
I
out.
absolutely love it. And Joe Rogan was phenomenal on Fear
That's
Factor.
right. That's where he started.
He
They're
started
bringing
on
it back, right?
Johnny Knoxville is
Yeah,
going to be the
they're
host.
Oh, okay, that's a
Oh,
perfect,
fun.
Yeah.
perfect casting
They
for it.
they tried to bring it back before. It didn't last very long. Now they're bringing it back. Johnny Knoxville is going to be the host. I love Fear Factor. I think it's a great. It's not that to me is not reality TV.
Silent Library.
That show was
That
hilarious.
was good. That was
Did
good.
you
I don't
watch
even-
that?
don't know
yeah,
it.
I was on MTV.
Oh my
That
God.
reminds
Okay.
me of Fear Factor. Like when
Oh,
you
hold
say
on.
Fear
I know
Factor,
Silent
think of-
Library. Yes, I
it's-
do.
They do like stupid challenges.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
funnier though.
No, but like when you say Fear Factor, I think
Oh, like
Silent
that
Library.
type of
like,
show.
Yeah, like maybe they were on like back to back or something like that. But like that's what I think of.
Yeah, no, I remember that. They would try to make you laugh. They would try to make
Yes.
each other laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they did stupid shit just to get them to
It
get.
was so
Yes.
funny.
That actually was
They
it.
like unleash a monkey into
In
the
the-
library.
Yeah.
And the monkey would just go
And
crazy.
you have to be quiet.
Yeah.
I love when they panned over to the guy that's like the host of the show, and he would be like
The librarian.
Yeah, trying to
He'd be
hide
like-
his
Shaking
laugh.
his
Yeah. He'd be telling you to be quiet, and there's just like pandemonium going on in the library.
I
But
did
you know,
watch a lot of, I don't know if it was Nickelodeon, but like Guts growing
yeah,
up.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
The Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
That show was great.
what is it?
Another show?
The Boomafoo.
No, that's
Some
not a reality show.
Boomafoo.
Oh, that's more anime though.
Yeah. That's not like a reality TV.
Oh, I was almost on. It's not a reality TV show. It's like a kids show.
Mhm.
But you ever watch Zoom?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was almost on a season of Zoom.
Oh really?
Yeah, PBS. And we're at the. No, it's not anything like that. I just
No,
I
I was just
remembered
trying
it.
It was like electric company. It was like the modern electric
Yeah,
company.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like- I feel so
They
old
kind of
now.
rebranded. They kind of rebranded the electric
You've seen
company.
that, right?
Yeah,
Let me see. Let me see.
PBS I mean, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Just
It was
hit-
PBS, right?
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Hit the
old.
button.
I have no idea. what
You're
that
old.
is.
I guess it's public, so it doesn't even matter. I don't even remember what it was about. But we were at the Museum of Science one day, and I was with my mother, and they just called me over, and they were like, just say something to the camera. And whatever I said, I don't know, I just got a call back, but I never really followed up because I didn't really care.
Right.
About it.
Oh, it was just like
It's kinda
nonsensical
mean looking back.
stuff. They just did like games and
That's all it was.
Yeah, no, it
There
was,
was no
yeah.
plot. It was
science
just
experiments. Yeah, it was just kids.
Just a
being
bunch of kids, just kids being kids,
Yeah.
and they just kind of filmed it.
Fun shit.
not like running a society. That actually sounded.
that. I
I kind of wish I went to Kid Nation now.
But
You'd
think
be one
about
of the
it.
4 leaders.
You think so? I think.
Oh,
you, I
yeah.
think you would steal the votes.
Juliana, she.
I would overthrow whoever.
yeah, it wouldn't even matter.
She would. Yeah. Any-
But think about. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't keep. I didn't
I
mean
was
to.
just say any
No, he doesn't wanna
apocalyptic-
finish that
No, I was
thought.
gonna say any apocalyptic situation, Julie's gonna friggin' somehow become the leader.
The bunker.
So
You can rule from the bunker.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Because I'm always right.
But the funny thing is, Survivor was actually airing during that same time when all those reality shows were going on, and it's still here. Survivor is still on. Why would you think? Like, what do you think is the recipe for that success?
I actually listened to Jeff talk about that one time. I forgot what he said.
The
so-
podcast?
Yeah, like someone asked him this question, but I forget what he said, so I'm interested to hear your response.
My response is I think that the core premise of the game
Yep.
is very good. I think the combination of the really nice locations that they do,
Mhm.
the art department itself is very, very talented. As you saw from the torch,
So
the
is
water
ours.
bottle,
Thank you.
the
So is
bag-
ours.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean
you.
it's no match to our art department, but
It's fine.
the editing's very good.
Oh, yeah.
The cinematography is very good. The music is very good on the show.
Yep.
They do a good job with matching dramatic scenes to like the dramatic music.
Mhm.
And I do think the game itself is a game that has longevity. You
Yep.
know, the voting, the scheming, the plotting, the physical aspect, but also can you mentally be strong enough to do this between the
Right.
lack
Right.
of food, sleeping outside, not going to the bathroom, having everybody around you scheming against you, and then being able to separate that and tell the audience your story and
Mhm.
kind of narrate what's going on and fill them in.
Right.
But I don't know. It just seems as though the last 5 years have kind of blended all together. I don't know if they're like stemming away from that because it's obviously a very different show from when you initially watched it.
I liked it when they were going different locations every year.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was
And they
awesome.
always had great locations.
Always.
I understand the whole, the financial aspect of it, and it's easy to keep it in one location. And Fiji's gorgeous. Fiji's beautiful.
Super nice.
So I mean, I'm not knocking Fiji by any stretch of the imagination, but you're right. I mean, it is timeless in the sense of the format of the show. I mean,
Yeah.
so that
The
is something.
core aspects of it are good.
Right.
I think.
I agree wholeheartedly with
But I think
that.
they're trying to do too much.
I think I agree. I do agree with that too, because I think now it's kind of getting like how much.
Yeah, that's a crazy production decision. Have you been following along this season?
Oh God.
I was.
Have you?
I have sort of been.
What's the general consensus of it so
No
far?
disrespect to the current cast, any stretch of the
And I love the
imagination.
cast.
The
and I
cast.
think the cast,
Yeah.
every season, the vast majority of them are very, very good. Not only as
Right.
people, but also as people who want to go out there
Yes.
and make a name for themselves and
Yes.
want to do this to the fullest extent of their
Yep.
of their ability. I just think that they get stifled by like, all right, let's go do this and do something that you don't want to do
Mhm.
and risk this to just show this on TV. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you don't need that.
I agree.
Just let them go
I
out
agree.
there and do whatever they got to do.
Did they do the same situation as they?
No, nothing that egregious.
Okay.
No, honestly,
Really?
no. The
No.
the
Maybe
fucking
they
dice are
learned.
gone.
Yeah.
Like the
I
dice
don't
are
think I'll
gone.
ever see it
The
again.
poor
They
bastard was
learned
like
their lesson.
the poor bastard was the last one that they ever
No.
did dice for.
Did we already talk about? Did we already cover this? Did they ever do that in the past?
No, never
So
did in the
there was
past,
one-
and never. Hopefully, we'll never do it in the future.
So they
I was just the lucky
That's
recipient.
just-
Yeah.
so they
Insanity.
rolled the dice.
Yeah.
If the roll of the dice was gonna work, and
Yeah,
it didn't
that's
work.
fucking
He found out
insanity.
real quick.
I have no idea whoever greenlit that.
That's
I still have no
insanity.
idea. To me, like that's just bananas. Like you tell
Yeah.
somebody, all right,
Yeah.
well, go out there and play hard and play strong and be the best you can be. And
Yeah,
you're like, all right, well, here you go.
strategize.
Take this and throw it. And if you lose, you're probably gonna go home. So at that point,
And you did.
and I did. So they got, if that was the goal, they accomplished it. But I'm saying just give everybody 10 grand. We'll go to Twin River, not a sponsor. Just fill in any casino here, not the one in Everett, because that place sucks. And we'll
Really?
just play craps. And whoever has the most money at the end of the day, like Monopoly, wins.
Well, yeah. There
And
you go.
crown the winner then and there. You save everybody casting time. You
Yep.
don't have to do any health reports,
Yep.
physical reports.
You're
You
all
have
in
to
one
train.
location, so you can just
Yeah.
record it all.
You
at
can
once.
still work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's it. You go. You can save the plane ride, all the time.
it's a valid point.
The hard part for me with your season and seeing how you got screwed is, unfortunately, nobody saw you play the game. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Nobody saw you play, and that happens to a
Yeah.
lot of
It's a
contestants.
small example.
I feel like a lot of people who get screwed early, they have such potential to play the game.
Yeah.
This season, not so much.
It is frustrating though, because, and it's always an option or a possibility of you going home,
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone
Of
wants to
cour-
win.
of course.
But there's only one winner. There's 17 people who are going to technically lose.
Right.
But some people do lose more than others in the sense that, like, you go out there and you try to do something. If you fall on your face, there's no safety net.
Right.
It's kind of like you're out, and there's no
Right.
way for you to go back and say, "Oh, hey guys, what's going on? I'm back in the show now."
What would you say that this season is lacking? Like, are the challenges boring? Is the tribe dynamics not good? Like
The tribe dynamic is shitty, just like his season.
I'm
I don't-
They
assuming
actually, that tribe was worse than my tribe, which
is
is
there one,
really
is there
saying
one
something.
tribe that's just
Yeah.
they should have
They went down to
never-
2, which is
Wow,
crazy.
Wow.
Already?
They went down to 2.
Yeah. The tribe got like the same thing that was happening to his
You just
tribe.
knew going
Even
into
worse.
every challenge they're just going to
They
lose.
just-
It wasn't
pretty
even
much.
competitive.
Yeah.
And like you said before, like how disheartening is that knowing
Yeah.
you're going to get your ass whipped
Every
at every
time.
challenge?
Yeah.
And it just compounds and compounds and compounds because you don't have fire and you can't cook food
Yeah.
and you got no energy. I thought my energy levels were pretty good because I didn't really need that much protein anyway. I didn't
Right.
need any meat. And when
Right.
people wanted fish or they wanted something from the ocean,
Getting hungry, yeah.
I didn't need it anyway. So I was fine with the coconut. But other people who have normal diets,
Yep.
they want the fire to cook fish, to cook crabs, to catch anything from the sea, boil it, and attempt to eat it. At least you can get some nourishment in your body.
Right.
That wasn't a big deal for me, but just not having flies around camp and being warm at night and sleeping okay, that goes a long way in your performance the next day, which we never
Oh, mentally.
had
Did
any
you-
of that.
I feel like when especially like sports teams, they go on a losing streak and then they start pointing fingers at people.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys were losing on that beach, were you starting to like talking like, oh, it's all XYZ's fault and they're doing this wrong, and like was that like starting to really affect
most
the
members.
dynamic of the coming from a losing tribe?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I tried to make sure everybody was together because
yeah.
I've been in those nights at Luigi's.
Yep.
Where so much goes wrong. I don't have to tell you. I think we've done a lot of it together.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to keep the morale up. Because
Yeah.
you have to get through the night no matter what.
Yeah, you got to push through. You
You have
have
to. But then after like the second or third time you lose and people are still fighting, you're like, I don't really
This-
give a
yeah,
fuck at this
at that
point.
point, you
Let
just-
them fight and we'll
Yeah.
just figure it out because we're going to keep losing anyway.
At that
Right,
point,
But
just
that
right.
way
wait
there's
to the
nothing
merge. Just wait
yeah,
to the
there's nothing
merge.
to preserve.
Yeah,
Like at least with Luigi's, like, yeah, I have a business to run. I have people
Yeah.
to feed and people to pay. With that, it's like, we're going to lose anyway. It doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter. You know,
And
if I
that
talk to these
sucks.
people again, it's not, the biggest deal.
Right.
and that sucks. Like going into where clearly the tribes weren't equally.
Yeah, that's
Like,
another thing.
I don't know how they pick it.
I think they were more
I don't know.
balanced this season, and they still had one tribe that just kept going back.
Now
to
I get
back
it.
to
If you're
back.
Right.
making stupid decisions during the challenges, yeah, you deserve to lose. But
Yeah.
if it's just like a clear physical advantage, like mental, like these people just running circles around you, like
Right.
how can they're like that's not fair for that tribe?
Well, big issue with this season, from what I've read online, and I didn't even realize this because the season I was on was a little bit different. Every challenge ended with a puzzle, and nobody on the blue tribe could do a puzzle no matter
Okay.
what.
Really?
Which I don't know how you go on the show without.
Ton of puzzles.
I was gonna say, I feel like
A ton of
that's something you can
puzzles.
train for. You
Yeah.
can't train to roll
It's
dice,
all
but you can
puzzles. No.
train to do a puzzle.
Definitely.
Right.
And it might not be the same puzzle that you see, but it could be close. It's a jigsaw puzzle or it's something like
Yeah.
that where pieces are different directions.
Yep,
Or
yep.
this one might fit here, it might fit there. At least you know in your head, like, all right, I can do this with X amount of time.
Yeah.
They just could not figure out a puzzle. I don't know if Nicole, who went out first, she was kind of maybe the puzzle person.
Yep.
And she went out early. If that just kind of snowballed and they
Yeah.
did
Are they
not come
still?
behind the
I'm assuming how far into
they
this-
just merged.
Okay.
So Shannon, our local girl, just got voted out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But they're merging tonight actually, and we'll see
Okay.
if it changes. I just think the format itself has become, I don't want to say stale, but it's the same
According
thing
to online,
every
a lot of
season.
people weren't happy with the past couple seasons. They feel as though
Yeah,
things
I
need to
wasn't
change.
happy myself.
Especially,
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately, especially your season.
Really?
I don't know. I think it will always be good, and I think that it has the history. I think it has the longevity, and like I said, the core aspects of the game are good.
Yeah.
But they don't need to change anything. They already have the winning formula as it is. That'd be like us at Luigi's just tomorrow saying, all right, we're not going to do pizza anymore. We're going to just strictly focus on Chinese food. We'll have the same restaurant. We'll have the same chairs.
I'd
Everything
be
will stay the
happy.
same.
I'd be happy. I love Chinese
But
food.
I love Chinese food too, but I have no idea what the
Yeah,
fuck
but it
I'm
would
doing.
probably be subpar Chinese food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be awful.
That's the
egg rolls are good though. We get those from Hong Kong Dragon.
Do you guys? Do
You
guys
can move
do
your
pizza
microphone up.
rolls?
You can
You guys
push
should
it up
do
if you
pizza
We
want.
do
rolls.
pizza rolls. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew.
We don't
that.
make them, but we get them.
You
We
get
get
them
them-
frozen.
No, they're actually fresh. We get them in fresh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
make
gonna have
them-
to order
yeah.
one next time.
There you go.
Oh, the egg rolls. We still have those.
Yeah, those are so that's will be the only Chinese food we would know how to do, which we don't
Right,
even make.
right.
We get them fresh from a
Local
restaurant.
place,
Yeah.
right?
So we do that.
You have them on the menu, the egg rolls?
Yeah, always. have.
Seriously?
What did you say?
He's recording a meme back there saying it comes with an egg roll.
No, I agree with you. I think if they stick with their challenges, the Survivor challenges are good. I mean, not the challenges.
That was the best part of the show.
I mean,
in my opinion, like my experience.
yeah, those are cool. It's those the journeys that you have to go
Yeah.
on that are kind
I
of
don't
like.
think you need that. I really don't.
I honestly think
The
that's
journeys?
I don't
think
I
you
don't
need it.
I agree. How long ago did they start doing the journeys? Have it been
Is
a
that a new
while?
era?
41, yeah.
That's a new everything.
So
Okay.
the 41st season they started doing it, but it used to be you had a choice. You could either do it or not do it. You didn't have to do
Yeah,
it. You had the
Okay.
agency to make a decision.
Okay.
And then you had to live with the consequences. So if you chose to do it and you failed, you're like, well, I fucked up. It's on me.
Right.
Is New Era the transition from when they were going to different locations to just Fiji, or did it start before that?
They were in Fiji for a while before. And then
Okay.
when COVID happened and they condensed the budget, the network did.
Okay.
They wanted them
okay.
to produce the same show for less money. So they saved a bunch of money by staying in the same location, reusing challenges and keeping everything on
Yeah.
set, basically. But you do lose that new native kind of
Yeah.
feel.
You do.
You would go
100%,
out in
yeah.
the community
That
and
season-
talk to the locals.
That season with Tony won I forget Anthony.
The first one?
His first with time he won. That was a sick season.
Yeah, that was
Where were
great.
they? Do you?
They're in the Philippines.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just old era. It was just Survivor from like growing up. Like Nana, Nana loved Survivor.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
been watching it forever. It's just like that. Like I don't know why stay away from that. I get it. You get stupid business decisions. I get it. You got to run a business, but like now I feel like it's starting to rear its ugly head. These decisions to cut some stuff to put more money in your pockets. Now your product is.
I think it just goes around. I think it always.
Yeah,
I think it
it's a
just
cycle.
cycles.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
you get stale, but I think Jeff is really good at noticing when it's starting to get stale and knows enough to hopefully change the format a little bit.
He loves
Maybe
the show too. So
you could tell.
If-
You could tell he
yeah,
loves that
he's
show.
all in. He's a really good dude,
I
and
love
he
Jeff.
you could tell he loves what he does.
Yeah.
So even with this now, and I'm sure it does get boring even
they'll
for
get
them.
through it.
They
though.
want to, yeah.
They'll push through. They'll,
Of course they
they'll
will.
make
And I'm
good
sure they want to
seasons.
try something different. I just wish they would stick to what they do best
Yeah.
and then build from there. I
I'm
don't think you
curious
need
at
to
50.
change that much.
I'm curious of 50.
Yeah, I am too. And just see if it's
I'm seeing. Let's see what the
little
format.
deviation.
Yeah, I'll watch that because it's like the 50th whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm interested to see.
We're still
like
voting
when
for
they-
Justin to go back on redemption, so we're still voting
yeah,
for
we'll
that.
see. We'll
I was just
see.
gonna say I like when they bring people back. I feel like it makes more people
Especially
want to
people
watch.
who unfortunately lose their votes by
Roll the dice.
rolling
Sorry.
the dice.
Sorry,
That's so.
that's
Well, that would just be me and Bianca on too.
Yeah. Who was the
Which
third?
I would've
Was it
minded.
Camilla the third
Yeah,
one? No,
it
I
was
mean,
Camilla the
she
third
had
one.
a generational role of getting all
Yeah.
flames.
And that
So
kind of just kickstarted that journey she had with Kyle.
She had a good. She and Kyle played a good game.
I loved her.
She's
She was
great.
great.
But she got
She
the
did a great
advantage from
job.
that.
Bianca rolled
They
dice
went
too.
to Bianca rolled dice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
Bianca
was the-
picked me.
Oh,
to
that's
fucking roll
right.
dice.
Yeah.
That's
Did
right.
She's all
Did
Bianca.
she ever apologize?
Thank you,
Poor thing.
Bianca.
Poor thing.
Yeah, she did. When we went to her funeral, with- her dad and I
You get to preface.
were talking. Yeah, she's alive and well, thankfully. She's the best. We all love her collectively in this
Her
room.
Survivor funeral.
Her survivor
episode.
funeral. Yes. We went to make sure that she was okay and she was surrounded by people who cared for her and wanted to make sure that she was good and know that she was supported. But I had a chance to talk to her father. And she was like, I told my daughter, why the fuck would you choose him for the charity? But she didn't know. We've never seen dice before. I didn't want to go. I was behind Cedric St. Mary going like this, like, do not pick me. But she wanted to work with me and establish the relationship going forward.
Yeah,
And that was kind
yeah.
of her way to say, hey, like, if we ever get to the point, we'll do this. I said the same thing to Bianca and Camilla.
Yep.
They clocked that I was scheming, though. I think they told you at Luigi's.
Yes, Camilla. Camilla said that. he got us really good. It felt really bad for him. Like we thought he was on like the bottom of his tribe.
I told them all. I was like, I'm probably gonna go home tonight. Like I need my vote. It's me. I'm at the bottom. I survived the first 2. I was supposed to go home days ago.
I mean, evidently you weren't wrong.
And we were both like, all right, like whatever advantage we win, like we're gonna give it to him if we can. Like I feel so bad.
But I'm telling them, if it's a decision, they used to have it as you could either risk your vote or protect it.
Okay.
And if everybody risked their vote, if everybody risked their vote, you couldn't get anything. If everyone protected their vote, you couldn't get anything. But if some risked and some protected,
Yep.
the people who risked their vote would get something.
Okay.
So I told them, I'm definitely going to protect. You guys take the advantage. If we meet down the line or on a merge or a swap, you have me. I'll work with you. I would love to work with you guys. You kidding me? Meanwhile, I'm like, just get me through tonight. I'm fucking, I'll make it all the way to the end.
That's awesome.
Little
See,
did you know,
Oh yeah, I didn't know what was coming.
you were actually going home that
But if
night.
that was the case, I would have, we could have just done a Twin River trip like the old times.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again for listening.
Same time next week.
Same time next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, click subscribe below. Support us. We're here for the long haul. We will see you next week.